against Austin Gomber. Bulls winning last night 6-3, and I tell you what, the fans are ready for what will be an extraordinarily hot weekend here on the 4th of July, and they're doing their best to stay cool, stay hydrated. Same thing can be said for the Bulls and for the mascots and everybody involved in this contest tonight. Well, it's Brody Hopkins in the white pants, the Bull City blue jersey, white caps tonight on this 3rd of July. Fireworks following the game tonight, and then the big show tomorrow after Game 5 of the series on the 4th of July. Bulls 7-2, tied for first place with Toledo and Jacksonville. Gwinnett comes in 4-5 through the first week and a half of the second half. They're 3 games behind. So as the Bulls take the field, Hopkins goes through his warm-up pitches. Let's unveil the lineup card signed by manager Kanakeo Teixeira in his 3rd season managing Gwinnett. It looks like this. Deshaun Kiersey will be at the top of the order. Kiersey in left field. Brett Wisely, the former Bulls, at shortstop, hitting second. And then Brewer Hicklin off to a tremendous first half. Hicklin plays center field and bats third. Aaron Shunk, the cleanup man at first base. Jose Azokar in right field. Luke Williams bats sixth. He'll play third. Then it's Jair Camargo. He'll sweat off the pounds tonight. He's behind the plate for Gwinnett. Sandy Leon, the longtime big league catcher, he'll DH and hit 8th. And Cal Conley bats 9th and plays second base. 4-man umpiring crew once again tonight. The crew chief works the plate. That's Jonathan Parra. Tyler Jones at first. Calvis Velez, the second base umpire. Trevor Matthews in the shade at third. So here we go. Hopkins on the hill. First pitch on the way, and that is at the knees at 96, which is below the temperature by 2. Strike 1 on Kiersey, and away we go from the Bull City. Kiersey, left-handed hitter, 3 hits last night, went 3 out of 5. And he comes in hitting .262, and he fouls off the 0-1 pitch from Hopkins. Well, the stuff is elite for Brody Hopkins. Fastball is going to be mid to upper 90s. A very tight, very hard curveball. And when he's in the zone, he's awfully tough to hit. But he's been very scattered with his command this year as he misses up and away against Deshaun Kiersey. He's chiefly been in the Bulls' rotation this year. He's been a follower a couple of times after the Bulls used an opener ahead of him back in late May. He misses wide by a couple of feet on Kiersey, 2-2. 62 innings for Hopkins and only 45 hits against him. The league is batting a paltry .206 off of Hopkins. 26-year-old right hitter, tiny wine, 2-2 pitches high, and a full count on Kiersey. He will work a ton of long counts. 71 strikeouts over his 62 2/3 innings, but he has issued the second most number of walks of any minor league pitcher this year at 61, and he loses Kiersey 4 straight after he jumped out 0-2. So Hopkins had Kiersey down and kind of nibbled around the plate, a couple of non-competitive misses, and Kiersey draws a walk to begin the game. And well, we will see from the Gwinnett Stripers, especially with Hopkins and Driscoll, the catcher, they will activate the running game almost every opportunity they get. Ball 1 upstairs from Hopkins. Kiersey, 31 stolen bases. Gwinnett has more steals than any team in AAA. Kiersey was thrown out his first stolen base attempt of the year. He's ripped off 31 in a row. He's at first base, draws a throw, quick tag a little bit late by Cooper Kinney. So it's Wisely in the box with a 1-0 count. Wisely hitting an even .300. He's driven in 42 runs. He's a very tough hitter. And there goes the runner, Kiersey. Pitches down, the throw by Driscoll. The tag does not get him. It's 32 straight by Kiersey. The tag kind of got him in the upper body from Oliver Dunn, who's playing shortstop. Dunn was covering. Pretty good throw by Driscoll. And Kiersey needed every inch of that break at first base to get in. That tag just on the outside of that left shoulder, but it looked like the right hand got jammed going into the base by Kiersey. So Kiersey steals second. It's now a 2-ball count on Wisely. Hopkins standing in the shade on the mound. The entire batter circle is engulfed in shades. All 3 outfield spots in the sun, and the right side of the infield is cooking. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and Hopkins misses wide. That's 7 straight balls now by Hopkins. Got out 0-2 on Kiersey, walked him, and now 3-0 on Wisely. Hopkins went 3 innings against the Tides last Sunday. Gave up 2 hits, 1 unearned run, only 1 walk. Strike taken by Wisely. Of Hopkins' 13 starts, he's gone 5 innings or more 6 times. His longest outing is 6 innings. Here's the 3-1, and there's another walk issued by Hopkins. Well, this is the tail of the tape for Brody Hopkins, and already you can see some negative nonverbals and reactions by Hopkins. I mean, this has been a season that he has really had to endure, and Driscoll senses the early moment impacting Hopkins mentally. So Driscoll is out to try and reframe Brody Hopkins, and the Bulls are already moving a couple of guys from the dugout down toward the pen. I mean, Hopkins last year 5-7 at Montgomery, but the earned run average was around 2.7. And he came into this season one of the top arms the Rays had in their system. I mean, he has the opportunity, if he can put it all together, to really be an elite front of the rotation starting pitcher. But the question is, can he? He was a 2-way player in college at the College of Charleston and in Winthrop. Didn't pitch a ton in college. And at the age of 26, already a couple of years down the runway here. Strike 1 on Brewer Hicklin. But the lineups are tougher, much more judicious here at AAA than what Hopkins saw last year in the Southern League. 0-1 count. Jumping off hard is Kiersey at second base. Ground ball to third. This could be 2. Carson Williams snaps to the Madrigal. A relay. Safe at first. Close. Hicklin legged it out. And just a force out on Wisely at second base. Hard for the Bulls to be any quicker here. Williams playing third base. Strong peg to Madrigal. And the right call was made by Tyler Jones at first base, as Hicklin just got in. First and third. And now Shunk will bat with 1 out. Shunk 2 of 10 in this series. Drove an run last night. Runner at first breaks. The throw will go through by Driscoll. And now a look over to third. Kiersey held his ground. Steal of second for Hicklin. And that is Hicklin's 25th. I mean, get used to it. This is what the Stripers do, and they have a good combination against whom to run here tonight. Takes away a double play chance. 0-1 against Shunk, hitting .245. Hopkins pitch. Strike 2. That melted the outside half at 99. And now this is where Brody Hopkins needs to really execute a pitch and get a strikeout he sorely needs in this first inning. Shunk, a right-handed hitter. 0-2 on the way, and that is a little bit low. Ball 1. Rudders second and third, 1 out in the top of the first inning for Gwinnett. And Driscoll types in the pitch that he wants here from Hopkins. It's 1-2. Here's the pitch. Break him all, swing and a miss. Hopkins strikes out Shunk. So the curveball from Hopkins, that's the first one he's thrown in the game. And brought it out of the back pocket at the right time when he was looking for the strikeout pitch. Shunk strikes out. And now it's Jose Zokar with 2 outs and runners at second and third. Now we're seeing the competitiveness from Hopkins really come front and center. One more big hitter to retire. Zokar, 30-year-old right fielder, starts the hand, stays back, and lets the curveball go low. This would be a jolt of confidence for Hopkins if he can get through this first inning. And he's behind Zokar, missing low, 2-0. Taking a moment, looking around, Checking out where the base runner Hicklin is at second base. Homer Bush well into right center field. 2-0 on the righty is Zokar. And the pitch from Hopkins. That's down again, ball 3, a little wide as well. 3 balls and nothing. Now Hopkins over the course of the year, 55% strikes of his pitches. And again, barely better than a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio over the course of his 62 innings. Here's the 3-0, and that is strike 1 on Zokar. Hopkins trying to strand a pair in this first inning. He's over 20 pitches. And the 3-1 coming, and that is strike 2. Dings the edge at 98. Full count on Jose Zokar. Big crowd filing in, and they want to really get underneath Hopkins. If he can put Zokar away, he'll get a big ovation here. The payoff, swing and a miss. Well, Brody Hopkins living on the edge, gets through the first inning. A couple of walks, 2 strikeouts, 23 pitches, but no runs. And now Austin Gomber, veteran left-handed big league starter, mainly with the Rockies over the last 5 years. He takes the hill tonight and drops in strike 1 on Nick Madrigal. Gomber just joined the Braves organization about a month and a half ago after he was released by Texas in the middle of May. And the 0-1 on Madrigal, a little bit tight, 1-1. Lineup card signed by Morgan Ensberg, also in his 3rd year as manager of the Bulls. 7-2 in the second half. Madrigal playing second base leading off, and then it's Oliver Dunn at short. 1-1 pitch, bouncing ball pulled down the third base line. Nice backhand snatch by Luke Williams. Right over the bag and makes a strong throw to retire Madrigal. Cheating in, guarded against a potential bump by Madrigal. Not a lot of time to react. The ball had some pace to it, but reaching across his body to the backhand side, Williams makes a nice play. So 1 away, here's Oliver Dunn. 2-homer game last night for Dunn. Starts at shortstop today. Austin Slater, the 3-hitter in right field. Carson Williams bats cleanup tonight as he plays third. Here's a ground ball the other way. Cleaned up on the backhand side by Shunk. And the flip over to Gomber covering. And Dunn is retired at 3-1. 2 outs on 4 pitches. Right now Slater. Jake Cave will bat 5th for the Bulls. Cave in left field. Jacob Melton was a late scratch the lineup a couple of hours ago, so Cave slides in and plays left. Logan Driscoll batting 6th and doing the catching. Blake Sable the DH. Cooper Kinney, who homered last night, once again starts at first base, and then Homer Bush bats 9th and plays center. That's the starting 9 for the Bulls. 2 outs and nobody on. And Slater. Nothing to 4 last night. First pitch on Slater is a little bit tight for ball 1. Gomber 35 wins over his major league career, won 9 games in the big leagues twice with Colorado. But no major league time this year yet for Gomber. Again, signed as a free agent after he was released by Texas in the middle of May. 2 balls and no strikes on Slater. 32 years old, out of Winter Garden, Florida. Pitches college ball at Florida Atlantic. And the 2-0 coming to Slater. And that is inside ball 3. Slater starts in right field tonight, 258 over his 8 Bulls games. But big league time with 3 different teams this year, the Marlins, the Mets, and the Rays. 3-0. Swing and a miss by Slater. Gomber 31 innings with Gwinnett. 34 hits, 11 walks. He's 1-3 with a 6.10 with the Stripers. He was 0-5 with a 7.75 at AAA Round Rock before he was let go by Texas. 3-1. And that is strike 2 as Slater discards the bat. He's challenging. The bat is about 5 feet behind Slater. Calls for the challenge. I hope he's right, because he hasn't made a move toward that bat, and he is right. And it's not very close. We'll leave it right there. Down to first base goes Slater. And a 2-out base runner for the Bulls in the first. So here's Carson Williams for Durham. And throw to first base. Back in standing is Slater. Williams 245. Has a home run in the series, 9 this year for the Bulls. He's knocked in 41, and the righty takes ball 1 off the plate inside. Jair Camargo, the catcher tonight for Gwinnett. He'll be very aware of where he is. I mean, he'll no look and back pick left and right. Some do that, what, 4 times the other night? Target by Camargo. Pitch from Gomer is hit in the air well to right center field. Slicing from Hicklin, but he'll cover into the alley and make the catch to retire Williams and close out the Bulls first. Slater stranded after a 2-out walk. We're through 1 very hot inning. No score. Operators standing by for the 4th of July. Top 2, Williams, Camargo, and Leone are due up for the Stripers. And Brody Hopkins misfires in on Williams. Luke Williams homered a couple of nights ago. He has 5 over his 61 games with Gwinnett, the average at 200. And the 1-0 pitch on Williams backs him off the plate 2-0. Now in that first inning, neither starting pitcher threw more strikes than balls. Hopkins threw 23 pitches, 12 balls. Gomer threw 11 pitches, 6 out of the zone. Very hot. Tough to get the right grip with all the sweat. We'll see the rosin bag get overused tonight. 3 balls to nothing on Luke Williams. And don't be surprised if both of these managers, Teixeira and Ensberg, have a shorter leash with their starters. 3-0 from Hopkins. And that is a 4-pitch walk to Luke Williams. So Williams is on. 3rd walk against the first 6 batters from Hopkins. And as I mentioned, the first inning, there's only one other minor league pitcher who's issued more walks this season than Hopkins. A guy by the name of Ryan Webb, pitcher for the Columbus Clippers, AAA for Cleveland. 63 walks and 53 innings of work. He's been moved out of their rotation into the pen. Runner goes, pitches a ball, a no throw from Driscoll. So a steal of second for Williams. So 3 walks and now 3 steals already for Gwinnett. And they now have a AAA leading 168 stolen bases. And they're stealing bases at about an 84% success rate. Called strike there. Now again, that's really the double whammy when you issue the walks against a team like this. Those walks turn into doubles, and really will make things arduous for Hopkins to navigate if this continues. 1-1 is fouled this way, just over to my right. Strike 2. Cave, Bush, and Slater in the Bulls outfield, left over to right. Carson Williams starts at 3rd base for the 5th time this year. Oliver Dunn at shortstop, Madrigal at 2nd base, Cooper Kinney at 1st, and Driscoll the catcher. 1 look back now, a second by Hopkins, and a move back, just trying to shorten down the lead of Williams. Camargo hitting .212. Appeared in 1 game earlier this year with Atlanta. And the pitch from Brody Hopkins is strike 3 at the knees. Camargo sees a 98-mile-an-hour whistler. I mean, right on the edge of a pin. And Camargo, no complaints. I mean, that has carry from Hopkins, bottom of the zone, outer corner. And all Camargo could do is take it and hope it was out of the zone. I mean, it's so easy to see the flashes of electric stuff from Hopkins. Pitch fouled off by Santa Leone. But it's all about consistency, especially the higher you get, the deeper the lineups are, the better the hitters are. So the strikeout numbers per innings, just a tick down from last year at AA for Hopkins, but the walks notably are up a pretty good chunk. Leon takes a strike. Yeah, Double-A last year, it was about 4.5 walks every 9 innings for Brody Hopkins. This year, it's almost double. And they just can't survive game by game at Triple-A or higher with that being the case. Breaking for a third, then stopping is Williams. 0-2 is down to Leon. Tell you what, Luke Williams is getting a pretty good read on Brody Hopkins after that initial look back. And Hopkins is going to have to lock him down a whole lot better. Dunn plays right behind the bag, trying to hold Williams tight. 1 out, he's at second base. And the 1-2 from Brody is a little bit down, 2-2. So Sandy Leon with almost 9 years of Major League service time. Hitting 128 with Gwinnett. Swings and misses that pitch, and down he goes. And there's the mid-80s curveball from Brody Hopkins. Back-to-back strikeouts. Williams remains at second base. I mean, truly, it's the execution of some of these pitches we've seen really in this inning from Hopkins on Camargo, and that put away against Leon that has the Rays just so excited about the potential for Hopkins. 2 outs, runner at second. Next pitch grounded weakly to first base. Fielded by Kenny. Calls Hopkins off the play. Well, if you had the courage to duck out of your house today, you open up the front door, it's like sticking your head in an oven. I mean, there's no warning. It's just boom. You're at 400 degrees cooking a baked potato. Swing and a miss by Jake Cave. And that will continue to be the weather situation here, at least for the next 24 to 48 hours. I think it's going to taper back into the low 90s later next week when the Bulls are down in Jacksonville. Pitch in the dirt against Cave. But again, limited action on the field earlier today for both of these teams. Some infield work. BP was handled in the indoor AC cages. But it is tough. And it is still scorching hot at about 7:15 Eastern time. Swinging a bunt right in front of home. Bare hand by Camargo and throws out Jay Cave. That went about 1.5 feet in front of the plate and sat there. So Cave retired. Now Driscoll with 1 out. There's the defensive alignment behind Gomber. Deshaun Kiersey in left field. Brewer Hicklin starts in center tonight, and Azokar in right. Luke Williams at third base. Brett Wisely about 3 steps left of the second base bag. Conley, the second baseman, Shunk at first, and Camargo catching. Driscoll fouls off a hanging slider. Driscoll 232 with 7 RBIs. Made his major league debut late in 24 for the Rays, but then was injured all of last year. Tommy John surgery on his throwing elbow, and then a procedure earlier this season slowed him down as well to readjust the placement of a nerve, what Driscoll told me when the Bulls were in Nashville a few weeks ago. But he rehabbed for about a month at Low A Charleston before he rejoined the Bulls a couple of weeks back. He told me that he enjoyed that time with Charleston probably more than any other time in baseball. Ground ball out to second base. Conley fields up the middle and throws out Driscoll. And there are 2 outs in the second inning. So now it's Sable for the Bulls. Base is empty. 0-0 in the second inning. Gomber originally drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals. Broke into the major leagues with St. Louis in 2018. Was there for a portion of the 2018 and then 2020 campaign. Strike 1 on Sable. Then he was flipped over to the Rockies as part of the Nolan Arenado deal back in 21 and had been with the Rockies every year since. And a staple in their rotation for virtually 5 years. Chase upstairs by Sable. Started 27 games for Colorado in 23, won 9 games. Started a career high 30 games for Colorado 2 years ago, then had some injury issues last year. Started 12 games for the Rockies before he was let go toward the end of the year. Breaking ball low on Sable. After he was released by Colorado, the Cubs picked him up, but he finished the year at AAA Iowa and then signed a minor league deal this offseason with Texas. Went to spring training, did not make the staff, and was at Round Rock for the first month and a half. 1-2 pitch into the dirt on Sable. There have only been 16 major leaguers coming out of Florida Atlantic, the Owl program. Former Bull Jeff Beliveau was one of those. 2-2. And Sable takes a couple of feet wide. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Garten, another ex-Bull, pitched at Florida Atlantic. Three and 2 on Sable. 2 outs, nobody on. Sable steps out of the left-handed box. And Chris Johnson, probably the most well-known offensive player to come out of FAU. Played with the Astros, Arizona, 3 years with Atlanta. Full count on Sable. Dahmer's 3-2. Swing and a miss. Durham Bulls baseball brought to you in part by the Angus Barn, once again sponsoring the Hit Bull Win Steak promotion this year. So whenever Bulls batter drills the Snorton Bull over the Blue Monster in left field, that batter and also a randomly selected Bulls fan in attendance that night receive a $100 gift certificate to the Angus Barn. Top of the third, 0-0. No hits yet in the game. We've seen 4 combined base runners, 3 walks from Hopkins, 1 from Gomber. And now the top of the order for Gwinnett gets a second look at Hopkins. Kiersey takes ball 1. Kiersey walked to begin the game. Hopkins had him down 0-2, then missed with 4 straight. Put him in a straitjacket for a bit in that first inning, but Hopkins' consecutive strikeouts have shrunk in his Zokar to get out of the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kiersey. And the pitch is on the corner. Strike 2. Kiersey and Oliver Dunn, teammates at the University of Utah for a couple of years. And the 1-2 from Brody Hopkins is around the corner. 2-2. Head nod by Hopkins. Compact 1 and a breaking ball. A swing and a foul tip that rattled off of the mitts of Driscoll. Well, Brian Reith has been working diligently with Brody Hopkins over the course of the year. Again, adjusting his mechanics, trying to smooth things out, anything he can do to help the consistency of Hopkins' stuff. So there's very little to his windup. As a matter of fact, it almost looks like he's coming down the stretch as he powers the fastball past Kiersey to strike him out. So that's 5 for Hopkins against the 10 batters he's faced. And no chance at 97 by Kiersey. And that should help to just alleviate a little bit of the pressure for Brody Hopkins. First man has been walked in each of the first 2 innings. So under immediate fire, but now a first outs in the 3rd inning. Wisely takes the curve for strike 1. Just looking for something to kind of hang her hat on to build some momentum. And a quick, perfect inning would do the job. Pitch from Hopkins is swing and a tapper foul. And it's 0-2 on Wisely. Wisely's second straight start at shortstop after Jarvis got recalled to the big leagues by Atlanta before yesterday's game. Former Bull Anthony Molina recalled by Atlanta officially today, so congratulations to him. Hopkins home on 0-2, and Wisely turns away and keeps the hands back off of that curveball. Pitch from Hopkins is blocked out to right center field. Quickly across Homer Bush. He almost ran past that ball. That was a tough one to read off the bat of Wisely. Different looking swing, still barreled up. The pitch was down and in, and Homer Bush almost ran beyond that ball as it had some late slice back towards straightaway center field. Good job to make solid contact by Wisely. And a very good read on the ball. Can't take it for granted if you're Homer Bush out there on that ball. 2 outs and nobody on. Now Hicklin. 0-0 game in the third. And the first pitch missed by Hicklin. Strike one. 98 from Brody Hopkins. Looks like he took a look back at the LED board above the left center field wall to check where the velo was. And this one is fouled off to the right side. Strike two. Programming note, we'll hear more from Mitch Lukovic a little bit later on tonight. It's his last day in town. Oh, 0-2 on Hicklin. Bases empty, 2 outs. Scoreless game in the third. Crowd still coming through. And Hopkins home on 0-2, and that strikes out Hicklin, looking 100 on the gun for the first time tonight. Bottom of the third inning, 0-0 ball game. Cooper Kinney, Homer Bush, Nick Madrigal, 8-9-1 for the Bulls against Austin Gomer. Post 50 crew, as they always do, keep us abreast of all the World Cup action. The knockout round of 32 ongoing. Egypt winning for the first time ever in a knockout round. A win earlier today in PKs over Australia. Cape Verde is taking on Lionel Messi in Argentina, having a devil of a time. Messi scored the first goal of the game right before we came on the air. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cooper Kinney. Slugged out a 3-run homer last night. And Cape Verde has tied up the game 1-1. That would be the upset, I think, of all time if they happen to win that one. Pop fly, parachutes to shallow left. Kiersey comes on to grab it. 1 out. DeRoy Duarte in the 59th minute to tie things up with Argentina. Watch out. To give you an idea, Cape Verde is, I think it's on the west coast of the African continent. Its population in the entire country is about 500,000. Raleigh is bigger, the triangle area is bigger than the entire country of Cape Verde. And they're in the round of 32, smallest country ever to do so. As Homer Bush takes one out to right center field, and as Zokar will make the catch, and a long underhand softball flip back to the infield by Zokar. 2 outs in the third. So we'll keep you abreast of that one. I'm going to have to throw that on my YouTube TV. I didn't know they had tied things up. 1-1. Colombia and Ghana later tonight at 9:30. Here's Madrigal for the second time. And Gomber delivers inside with a curveball, challenged by Camargo. He thought that was a strike. It's the first Gwinnett challenge of the game. And Camargo is correct. Call overturned. United States will play their round of 16 match in Seattle against Belgium. That'll be on Monday night. That's an off day for the Bulls. Durham opens up a 6-game trip in Jacksonville on Tuesday night. A 1 on Madrigal. Is knocked on a line to center field. Hicklin got a good break, jumping in, makes the catch chest high, and the Bulls are done in the top of the fourth inning. Bulls and Stripers are 0-0. Fourth game of this series. Bulls have taken 2 of the first 3 thanks to a 6-3 win last night. Bulls have the edge. 4th of July tomorrow, 6:45 first pitch, then we wrap up 5:05 on Sunday. And the opening pitch, strike 1 from Brody Hopkins, who suddenly has dialed it in. 6 straight batters retired, 4 of them on strikeouts. He has 6 punch-outs overall through 3 innings. And the 0-1 is tipped away by Shunk. Strike 2. Neither team with a hit yet. Hopkins has walked 3. Gomber has issued 1 pass. And the 0-2 from Brody Hopkins, a foul tip again by Shunk, 98. And he's found the release point now, that fastball. I think the one that really sticks out to me that might have set him forward tonight was the strikeout of Camargo when he just dotted the outside corner at the bottom of the knees to strike him out. That was after a leadoff walk and another stolen base. But he is now becoming very heavily reliant on that fastball. 0-2, and it's popped out of play. Another 98 from Hopkins. And after that long first inning in terms of pitches and nearly activity in the pen in that first inning by Morgan Ensberg, the pitch count through 3 is in really good shape by Hopkins standards. 50 pitches through 3. And the right-hander comes home again on 0-2. And that one pounds the corner. And Shunk is gone. 97 from Hopkins. And his 7th strikeout of the game. His season high is 9, and that came in long relief against the Norfolk Tides about 3 weeks ago. And all 5 pitches in that at-bats against Shunk in the zone. 1 out for Azokar. And as he stands in the right-handed box, we'll welcome in another special guest from Biogen. Alex Cameron is in here tonight officially. You were in here, though, last night. So welcome to the booth and welcome to our broadcast. How are you?
Hi, Patrick. I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. It's wonderful to get to know your staff as well as I have over the last 4 days now.
Yeah.
Pitch from Hopkins is the ball. So you are the community engagement lead for Biogen, foundation lead as well. What does that mean as far as your involvement with Biogen?
Yeah, so I have what I consider to be the best job at Biogen. I get to be out in the community doing fun things like this. So I help administer our foundation, our philanthropy, our community work and outreach, and so I get to really kind of be going out into Durham and the Triangle and representing Biogen and just trying to make sure everybody knows how great a company and how fun it is to work here.
And I know you've been involved in putting this entire Biogen package together with the Durham Bulls. What are the goals? What are the accomplishments that Biogen is hoping to get from this week with the Bulls?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think really we just wanted to celebrate this huge moment, right? It's the 250th birthday of America. And when we think about America, it really was built on innovation and the spirit of community, and that's what Biogen was built on as a company. A lot of, innovation and medicines that are kind of, breakthrough therapies for our patients. So we wanted to celebrate, and what better place to do that than the Durham Bulls Stadium?
All right, a base hit by Azokar. Williams flies out on the next pitch. Let's talk about the collab at Biogen. This is a really innovative program. What's it about?
Yeah, so the collab is a community science hands-on lab, the longest running corporate one in the country. It's almost 25 years old. We have one both here and in Massachusetts, and we've reached 65,000 students.
Wow.
Really just trying to show the community that there are jobs for everyone in the life sciences, and everyone can work at a place like Biogen and make a difference.
And how are the people considered to join the collab?
Yeah, so we work with local nonprofits, our local school systems, Durham Public Schools, Wake Public Schools, to really meet those students that might not get that opportunity to do hands-on science, to touch the equipment.
And Biogen has a really close partnership with Wake Tech, correct?
With Durham Tech.
Durham Tech.
And Wake Tech. But
yes,
Durham Tech has actually been here with us tonight, celebrating with us. And we have a really awesome program where we run their BioWork certification program in our collab. So people get to come in and learn how to work in a biomanufacturing space like at Biogen, how to make those medicines. And it's a really cool program that really leads to people actually getting hired at Biogen. So it's a great partnership. Camargo
on an 0-1 pitch just got hit by Brody Hopkins on a fastball that got away with him inside. So 2 on, 2 outs for Sandy Leon. And I want to hear about the story of Armand Shaw, who is with you tonight. What is Armand's story?
Armand threw out our first pitch tonight. He actually, he was working and trying to provide for his family, and he ended up really deciding that Biogen was a place he might want to try to work. And so he started working at Biogen and fell in love with making the medicines. So he went to get that BioWork certificate. He did it at Durham Tech. And he ended up being their student of the year. He is incredible. And now what he does is he comes to our collab and he teaches the next cohorts of those biowork students to give back, to mentor, to change lives just like his life was changed. And so he's incredible.
Great. 1 ball, no strikes on Santa Leon. 2 outs, 2 on, and Leon a swing and a miss there. How many are with you tonight? I know Biogen's had a huge representation the last 3 days.
Yeah, I think there's like 25 of us tonight. Okay. Depending on the night, there's been up to 500.
Yeah, how many can we expect tomorrow, do you know?
Tomorrow it'll be about almost 50.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be fun. I'll be here tomorrow, don't worry.
1-1 pitch from Hopkins. That's downstairs for a ball. And for those of you out there listening, in terms of people who might be looking for a different path for employment or to get involved in the collab, where can they go to find the information from you?
Yeah, so if you go to Biogen.com, you'll find there's a whole page about the Biogen Foundation and about the collab. We have, an email address there for any local school teachers or people that are working at nonprofits running these science education programs. We'd love to partner and get, like I said, get the people who need that hands-on science experiment in the lab.
2-2 now on Santa Leon, and I'm sure you have a lot of extra pride. You're a North Carolina native, right?
I am, yes. I'm from Western North Carolina. I've been here my whole life.
2 balls and 2 strikes now on Leon. With Zokar at second base, Camargo at first, 2 outs. 0-0 game in the 4th. The lead runner breaks for third. The pitch is a ball. Now the throw goes to second base. They're tracking Camargo back. Breaking for the plate is Zokar. The throw. There's a tag. And he's out at home plate. Driscoll on his back. Last play. Zokar is going to be officially charged with only a caught stealing. It's basically a continuation as he was breaking for third. Driscoll threw against the trailer Camargo, who intentionally tried to get held up. And he slowed down about 2/3 of the way to second base, trying to induce a rundown. But Oliver Dunn, who was paying very close attention, knew exactly what was going on as Zokar just tiptoed around third base, then broke for the plate. And Dunn then took his focus off of Camargo and then threw home. It was a decent throw, but it was an excellent catch and stretch by Logan Driscoll. I mean, a lot happening as that throw was coming in. And Driscoll, at the last second, able to locate his Zokar. Ground ball to the right side, fielded by the second baseman Conley, who throws out Oliver Dunn. 1 away in the 4th inning, 0-0 ball game. And now it's Austin Slater for the Bulls. Can't begin to express how difficult of a catch that was for Logan Driscoll on that kind of play. A lot of things happening. Again, Morgan Ensberg is the guy who is telling Driscoll, even before that play begins, if Camargo breaks, what are we doing? Are we throwing home? Are we bluffing? Are we going to third? And the Bulls executed that play brilliantly as Slater takes strike 1. And here now to kind of break down that play. Welcome back. It's Mitch Lukovic from the Tampa Bay Rays. And after this pitch here, Mitch, first off, welcome back to the booth. Let's break down that last play that you just witnessed in the PNC Club as Slater takes the ball. What happened? How did they come through?
That was a big league play.
Yeah.
He's throwing the second, runner breaks. Maddox cuts it off, throws a strike to home plate, get the runner going from third. Yeah. It has to be precise, and it was to get the out.
Here's a ground ball toward the shortstop hole. That gets through. First Bulls hit of the game, a single by Slater. No score, 4th inning. So Slater is on, and now it's Carson Williams for the Bulls. Well, welcome back to the booth.
Yeah, great to be back. Thank you, Patrick.
You're coming to huge plaudits from fans who really enjoyed your insights about the Rays and the players last night.
Thank you. So, I have a little history here. So.
Little bits. So Slater is on. Now we'll see if the Bulls try to execute the run game, but with Camargo catching, tough to do. Williams goes after the first pitch and hits a fastball into left field for a single. Slater to second. And now second time through the order, the swings for the Bulls getting a little bit crisper here against Austin Gomber. Now the Bulls did see Gomber start against them back in May when Round Rock came into town. He went 6 innings against the Bulls, gave up 3. But he was pitching for Round Rock at that stage. AAA for Texas in the PCL. Pitch from Gomber goes to a curveball, drops in a strike on Jake Cave. 0-0 game, bottom of the 4th. Cave rolled one inches in front of home plate. Camargo threw him out his first time up, and the lefty hits that pitch foul.
That was the shortest put out I think I've ever seen. That wasn't 6 inches in front of home plate.
You know, I've seen shorter, and I can tell you exactly what it was. When I was at AA with the Mudcats, the pitchers batted when it was a national versus national game in the Southern League, and there's a pitcher named Donnie Bridges who claimed he was a really good hitting pitcher. As this one is feathered the other way. It's by the reach of Williams. This will leak into left field. Here comes Slater in to score. No throw from Kiersey. And Jake Cave feathers one the other direction and puts the Bulls on top 1-0. 3 straight singles against Gomber, and that one wouldn't even get you a warning on Interstate 440.
No, I give Herman Marquez, our third base coach, Melendez, credit for sending him with 1 out.
That was a 65-mile-an-hour roller by Cave to left field. 1-0 Bulls, and now Driscoll fouls it off.
Herman Marquez confused with our former pitcher
you brought
who
up
was with
last
San
night.
Diego.
He's top of mind for good reason. 1-0 Bulls, Driscoll the hitter.
Don't get old.
Left on left, Gomber against Driscoll. Couple looks back, wisely breaks to the bag, and Gomber's pitches hit foul. So anyway, Donnie Bridges actually came up to hit in a game with the Mudcats, took a full swing, and it was 1 inch in front of home plate. It went straight down and stopped.
Oh, man.
And he was tagged out by the catcher, and endless ribbing for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't move that down.
No, not at all. 0-2 on Driscoll. Check of Williams at second base. No throw, but Gomber does disengage. 1-0 Bulls in the 4th. Meanwhile, that Cape Verde Argentina game is now in the 84th minute, still 1-1.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I have not followed a World Cup my entire life, but if Cape Verde happens to win that game, there will be no larger upset, maybe in sports, than this one, as Driscoll takes strike 3. I mean, Buster Douglas may have something to say about that, perhaps, with the upset win over Mike Tyson back when I was in college. 2 outs, 2 on. 1-0 Bulls. Now Sable gets a crack against the lefty Gomber. Williams at second base. Cave at first with the RBI single. And Gomber's deliveries hit sharply at first base. Off the glove is shut. Deflects toward Conley. He'll throw to the pitcher, and he's down in the bag.
Okay.
Sable's on. That was an RBI single off of the bat, kept on the infield by Shunk, and nearly turned into the third out at first base.
He made a great play to keep that ball in the infield. We almost got an out on such a hard hit ball. And good for us, Cooper Kenny coming to the plate.
4th Bulls single of the inning, and now after Gomber sprints it over to cover first base, this is Camargo's leadership. He's on the hill, just trying to purchase some time, get Gomber a chance on a night where it's 98 degrees. Heat index is about 3,000. Giving Gomber a chance to catch his breath.
It's interesting. Last night it was a little cooler, and we had a great crowd. It's so hot outside, and we have a even better crowd tonight. The power of Durham Bulls baseball.
That's right. Wait until tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm going to Tampa. It's cooler.
That's shocking. So the bases are loaded. The visit is over, and now this is a big spot left on left. Jake Cave, a left-handed single in this inning against Gomber. Sable now an infield single as a lefty. And now Kinney, another left-hander, bats against the southpaw Gomber with the bases loaded. And Kinney takes a breaking ball down.
Hey, wait on it. Take the left field. You got a Mack truck that could go through there in that 6-hole right here.
Right. There's 70 feet between Wisely and Williams on that left side. Out of the stretch is Gomber on 1-0. And the pitch to Kinney. He goes to the curveball, misses high. Haven't seen a lot of those curves from Gomber first time through the order, but now second time through, that's the wrinkle. The Bulls did not have a hit in the game against Gomber until this inning. They now have 4. Loaded 2 outs, 2-0 pitch, and Kenny takes ball 3. Well, that's a call Gomber wanted. Camargo, though, will sit on the challenges. 3 balls and no strikes. Now
this is a great at bat, Patrick.
Yeah.
2-1 or 3-0.
Now the 3-0 pitch to Kinney. Strike 1. But he's in an advantage count against the lefty. This is the great equalizer, left on left, when you're on a fastball count.
Put the ball in play.
Zabrowski heads down to the bullpen for Gwinnett, their backup catcher. 3-1 to Kinney. Fouled off. Full counts on Kinney. That was a rip.
Yeah, good swing.
Single by Slater, got it going with 1 out. Williams ambushed the first pitch for a single to left. Then Cave rolled a base hit the other way into left to bring in the run. After a strikeout, Sable an infield single to load the bases. And nowhere to put Kinney. Full count, 2 outs with the bases loaded. And a right-hander loosening for Gwinnett. Gomber 3-2 with the runners going, and Kinney draws a walk and forces home the run.
Nice at bat, Patrick. Cooper Kinney, good eye at the plate, RBI walk.
Well, it's the fastball on 3-2, and Gomber could not locate. It was a poor miss down, and the Bulls have a 2-0 lead. Williams scores, and now comes the former Tampa Bay Devil Ray All-Star Lance Carter for a visit to Gomber.
You don't have, with all your numbers, how many pitches their pitcher has thrown this inning?
This inning?
Yeah.
21.
Starting to get a little tired, you know? This humidity is ungodly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw in the first inning when Hopkins threw 23. I mean, Morgan Ensberg had sent a couple of guys down to the pen just in case. But he has settled in nicely. Now it's a 2-0 lead for him. He got
better as the game has gone on.
And now here comes Homer Bush. Victor Medeiros throwing in the pen for Gwinnett. First pitch on Bush, and he looks at strike 1.
Well, Homer's been swinging the bat pretty well. I'm looking for him to hit the ball hard somewhere.
Put some pressure on the defense.
Absolutely, because he has that run tool.
Gomber from the stretch, the 0-1 is tapped away. Strike 2 on Bush.
Of course, I'm a homer. I'm rooting for him. It's hard not to.
You root for everybody,
as
we all do.
I do. I see you making a fist here when Cooper Kinney
I mean,
got the walk.
I want everybody to get to the big
absolutely.
leagues. As hard as it is.
As hard as it is.
I want every striper to get to the big leagues. Here's the 0-2, and Bush lifts to break him all to left field. Kiersey stands right in the path and has it, and the Bulls leave the bases loaded. And another sauna-like evening for the Bulls. 98 degrees as we started. Lights are on, pointing down. There's no breeze. I mean, it is stagnant heat. And Hopkins will face Sandy Leon to begin the 5th inning. Leon was in the batter's box when the Stripers tried to steal a run against Hopkins to close out the 4th. Opening pitch to the ball on Sandy Leon. Patrick Keenis with Mitch Lukovic to the Tampa Bay Rays in his final day here at the DBAP this week. And the 1-0 pitch from Hopkins. And Leon has a strike call. Looked like Leon was almost either calling time or had given up on that pitch before Hopkins even made it.
He wasn't going to hit that ball.
I mean, he faked a bunt. He was just wiping some sweat off his cheek, swinging a miss there. 1-2 on Sandy Leon. Well, like we were talking about rooting for guys to get in the big leagues, I'm rooting for Sandy Leon to get back. He's only a couple of months away from getting to that 10-year service time threshold, which is huge.
Good for him.
For retirement purposes and pension. 1-2, a wave and a miss, and down goes Leon. So Hopkins, with his 8th strikeout, takes care of Leon. And Mitch, I said this earlier in the game. I want to get your take. As this game turned around for Hopkins, to me, the one pitch that turned it around, 2nd inning after a walk, Camargo took a 2-strike fastball. I mean, bottom corner at the knees.
Perfect.
Ever since, it's been kind of a different Hopkins.
Yeah, definitely different. First inning, he got a little nervous with a couple walks, but he came up with a couple big pitches. to get out of the inning with no runs. And as the game has gone on, his command has gotten better. He's always had sharpness of breaking, on the breaking ball. Can he throw it for a strike? Can he throw the fastball for a strike? Good Lord, he gets 100. And now you see what he is capable of doing as he got better in the second and definitely dominated the third, fourth, and now we are here in the fifth.
1-1 on Conley. Ground ball off his foot. That'll go foul. Ball and 2 strikes on Cal Conley, whose dad played professional baseball and then coached for a couple of years in the Reds organization with the Dayton Dragons in the Midwest League. And the pitch is a bit high from Hopkins. His dad, as a matter of fact, was his first year in pro baseball was with Williamsport up in the New York Penn League, which really no longer exists. But Kerry Wood was a teammate of his. That was Wood's rookie year back in '95. Made a couple of starts for Williamsport. Ball 3. And then he wrapped up his professional career a few years later in Rockford in the Midwest League when they were a Reds affiliate. So he played with Corky Miller, Gookie Dawkins, Adam Dunn,
memory.
Austin Kearns. 3-2, swing and a miss, and that'll take care of Conley. And there's the sharp curveball. That's exactly where you want it with 2 strikes. You bury it down, and no chance.
Unhittable. And you just have to hope they swing, but it's so hard and so sharp, you got that chance, and he got the strikeout.
That's 9 now, matching a season high for Hopkins. Two outs, none on. Here's Kiersey for the 3rd time. Ball 1. And back to that curveball we just saw from Hopkins. Different from earlier in the game where he's maybe fearing the walk. I mean, that was a 3-2 pitch that he trusted himself with that curveball that he was going to get the chase from Conley. That is a little bit wide. Ball 2. Bulls with a 2-0 lead in the 5th. Kiersey a walk and a strikeout tonight. And the pitch from Hopkins is fouled off of his leg, 2-1. Well, Mitch, what is up next for you? Where are you going?
Complex League.
Okay.
Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. See the itty bitty kitties. It's always good to see and get a different, Monday I was in Tropicana Field, and then you see these guys take batting practice, you see the game, and it gives you a whole different perspective. And after that, I was in Montgomery, and now here this week, and then next week to see the youngest of young. So it puts things in perspective, where they are, where they got to go, how they got to get there.
2-2, strike 3, swinging. Kiersey down on strikes, and Brody Hopkins getting better with time tonight in the 5th inning. Bulls lead 2-0. Hopkins now in line for win number 3. And that might be the last pitch he throws as the Bulls get a right-hander thrown in the pen. Hunter Biggie is up. Bottom of the 5th begins with Nick Madrigal. And Gomber on 0-1 delivers home. Madrigal sends one high and carried to deep left field. Kiersey's back on the track. This one's up and it's out and it's gone. Madrigal's first home run as a Bull. And it's 3-0 Durham in the bottom of the 5th inning. Madrigal got a pitch that was in. It was also up, and he tomahawked it over the top of that 32-foot-high blue monster. Madrigal in his minor league career, that is just his 8th home run of his career.
Well, he got all that.
4 other ones in the big leagues.
Yeah, his first 2 at-bats were really good, too. Just happened to make an out. But he got all that. Good swings today. And maybe he's starting to get in the groove, because you never know where they are before they get here and how much you're playing and how much you're doing. Getting acclimated. Very nice to see.
1-1 count now on Oliver Dunn. Madrigal hit 2 home runs earlier this season with Salt Lake. 2 home runs with the Cubs back in 23. Those were his last couple of big league home runs. Ground ball foul.
Welcome
1 ball
to
and 2
Durham.
strikes. There you go. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Oliver Dunn. 3-0 Bulls, bottom 5. for Gallmer since he was signed as a free agent by Atlanta. 35 innings thrown for Gwinnett. That's the 11th home run he's given up.
Wow.
Breaking ball just missed, and a late request for a challenge. It's going to be allowed, though, by Jonathan Parr. To me, I felt like Camargo took too long before saying he wanted a challenge, but it's granted, but the pitch is a ball anyway. So one challenge remaining for Gwinnett.
Good for us.
Yeah, let him challenge.
Yeah.
We're good.
Let him go. Got it wrong. Good for us.
3-0 Bulls on the home run belted out by Madrigal. Pitch on Oliver Dunn, strikes him out swinging. Third strikeout for Gallmer tonight. Dunn is now 0 for 3, and here comes Slater. Well, you can understand if you're Morgan Ensberg and Brian Reith for many reasons, really a multitude of reasons on why that 5 innings would be the end of the line tonight for Hopkins. First off, it's oppressively hot. And leave on a high note. Don't give him the opportunity to go out and walk a couple of guys. Yep. Get 5, get him a win. 10 strikeouts by Brody Hopkins.
Awesome performance.
Yep. And this one is punched on a hop to third. Luke Williams forehand stop. Spins around and throws out Slater. Slater's had a nice night swinging the bats. A one-hop line drive fielded by Williams at third.
Ball
2 outs.
Struck very well.
And now Carson Williams. Bulls lead 3-0, so Biggie will tune it up in the Durham pen. He is getting ready for the 6th inning. Williams is flying out on a hard hit ball to center field and singled in the 4th. Carson is 1 for 2. And now the home plate umpire Jonathan Parra having a conversation with both Williams and Camargo. Smacked Camargo on the right shoulder as he headed back to his position. And Gallmer's delivery. And Williams commits on a break-in pitch. And it's 0-1. By the way, that Cape Verde Argentina game is going to be played 30 more minutes. They're going to extra time. Goodness gracious. I still haven't seen a replay of the goal. And frankly, when Messi scored in that first half, I'm thinking, well, if you're Cape Verde, you're just probably telling the guys enjoy the last hour of this match, because that's probably it. It could be a 3-4-0 game. But they are shocking the world, and all the pressure on the World Cup is on Argentina. And I guarantee all of the remaining teams are rooting for Cape Verde to win that game.
Absolutely.
That would really open up the bracket. Defending champs, I don't want to say they're on the ropes, but you don't want to be in a situation now. 30 minutes could be the end of the campaign for Messi in Argentina.
That's why you play the game.
Yep.
You never know.
Yeah. It's not a golden goal situation. They'll play the entire 30.
That's right.
PKs if nobody wins outright. Ball and 2 strikes on Williams. And the pitch from Gallmer skips through 2-2. Are you into the World Cup?
For
am
the
I
US
talking to myself here?
No, not at all. Not at all. You know,
usually I am.
You know, if I watch soccer, it is the World Cup or the Olympics. Okay. Who has time to watch soccer when you got 7 games of baseball a day, right? But absolutely rooting for the good old US of A.
Foul off the body of Camargo.
Pretty exciting. And to see the attendance. And not even the attendance in the stadium, outside the stadium.
Yeah, but the only people who can afford those tickets are guys like you, Mitch.
That's why I'm here with you, Patrick.
What, $15,000 a ticket to get in?
Well,
no,
I'll be watching on TV if I watched it.
We don't make Lukovic's money here,
hey,
folks.
Minor League Mitch, you got to get this squared away here. Minor League Mitch. It didn't say Big League Mitch on it.
Used to. Here's the 2-2. And a ground ball toward left field, and Williams has his second hit. Williams was ready for that fastball, outer half, about thigh high, and bangs it through the left side. 2 singles tonight for Williams.
Good for him. He's been swinging the bat better.
And swinging it better with 2 strikes, to be honest. I mean, he's going to have his strikeouts, there's no question. But if pitchers make mistakes in the zone with 2 strikes, we've seen Williams ready to do some damage over the last couple of homestands. Now it's Cave with 2 outs. Williams capable of stealing some bases here. Curious if he attempts it here against the lefty. Ball one on Cave. Biggie will take a couple more tosses in the Durham pen. Big room again between Williams and Wisely on the left side of the infield. And Gomber's pitch on Cave is popped up. This will get him through the inning. Wisely tracks it shallow left field. Kiersey behind him, but Wisely has it. And then after that, again, to me, the pitch that turned the game around for Hopkins tonight was the 1-2 fastball to Camargo in the second inning that he took for strike three. And from then on, it was lights out.
Domination
for Brody Hopkins. He's done, tied a career high with 10 strikeouts in only 5 innings. One hit, 3 walks, probably the biggest number of them all.
Yeah, the best number were the walks.
Yeah. So Biggie comes on for the 6th. 2, 3, and 4 for Gwinnett. Wisely starts it off. And here's another right-hander with another big arm. Fastball fouled off. We've seen Biggie upwards of 97, 99. He was 95 on that pitch against Wisely. Hopkins 81 pitches over 5 innings, but over a quarter of his pitches were in that first inning. Then he went 14 pitches, 13 pitches, 16 and 15. The rest of them, I mean, that's right in line with what Brian Reith wants him. 2-1 on Wisely. Hicklin on deck, then Shunk. And Biggie's 2-1 is down for a ball. The 2 pitches that I'll ask Morgan Ensberg about before tomorrow's game that stand out more than anything else for Hopkins, the one I mentioned about Camargo, and then it was that 3-2 breaking ball to Conley last inning.
It was unhittable.
Yeah, I mean, he buried it down, but early in the game, you know, that might be a pitch that he doesn't have the confidence to throw, the conviction to throw because he's fearing to walk, but again, the entire landscape of Hopkins outing had changed.
Confidence build throughout the game. At first, in that first inning, I was pretty shaky.
Yeah.
But you got to give him a lot of credit.
Yeah.
He didn't cave.
And now the next step, do it again. Rinse and repeat. That's all the Rays want to see is that kind of repetition. And if that can happen, it's a whole new world for Hopkins. Ball, strike one on Hicklin after a walk to Wisely. 3-0 Durham, 6th inning. And Biggie holding, jumping away is Wisely. There he goes. The pitch is missed. I mean, or probably fouled back. Driscoll is going to have no chance right there. Wisely was vaulting, and then landed and drove towards second base just as Biggie was beginning that delivery to the plate.
We got a break when the hitter swung at the ball.
So it's 0-2 on Hicklin.
Because that was definitely a ball high up in the zone. He fouls it off. Runner has to go back to first base. Thank you.
You've said that a lot tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm happy about that.
0-2, runner holds, strike 3 swinging. Slider from Biggie puts him away. 1 out, 1 on in the 6th inning for Shunk. Meanwhile, Argentina has scored early in the first 15-minute block of extra time. 2-1 Argentina. But they will play another 23 minutes or so. Shunk fan twice against Hopkins. And a throw to first base, no tag. Wisely back.
There's another young man with big stuff right here. He gets that command together. There's another young guy that can help our major league club at the right time.
Standing lead by Wisely. And Biggie's pitch is roped down the left side. Watch out the bullpen. Goodness gracious.
Oh, my God.
It almost looked like a couple of those guys down there were maybe trying to make a catch, grab a glove, and then all of a sudden they saw that snap hook coming their way.
Yeah, they didn't have a chance.
I mean, Evan Reifer is like ducking for cover down there. Watch this reaction on the TV side. Hit a railing, and guys are running into the outfield to escape. These are professional players, Mitch Lukovic.
You wouldn't know it. Not by the replay there.
No. What are we paying you for?
The pitch.
Easy throw to first base. Wisely a walk, Hicklin a strikeout. One more look. Full disclosure, we'd be doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
Here's the 0-1, and that's in for strike 2. By the way, I mean, they're down there in the bullpen. While they are following the game, they're not following it terribly closely.
No.
So they could be
They're
mid-conversation,
actually.
mid-story, mid-joke, and all of a sudden here comes a 108-mile-an-hour line drive your way. Oh, 2 to Shunk. Hit foul. Bulls lead 3-0 in the 6th inning. On the 4th of July game tomorrow night, 6:45. It's always a special opportunity to start on the 4th of July. Across minor league baseball, it is the biggest, most well-attended day in minor league baseball across the country. Runner goes on 0-2. The pitch is strike 3. Here's the throw. And the tag is late. Holding the bag is Wisely. So Shunk strikes out for the 3rd time. Wisely steals 2nd. Ty Johnson, J.R. Ritchie will oppose each other tomorrow at 6:45. Big breaking ball there from Hunter Biggie. The curveball strikes out Shunk. So 2 outs. And it's Jose Azocar. Single and 2 ABs. And Biggie the high set. First pitch on Azocar, swing and a miss. All right, so Mitch, you sat down a little bit earlier and I said, hey, I'm going to have a connection of you and something in this game. And that moment is now. Because
Pressure.
Azocar's uncle, Oscar, you sent him to the major leagues to make his debut. It's a bounce ball through the middle. Fielded by Oliver Dunn. The throw is off of the glove of Kinney. Coming in to score and tagged out though by Driscoll.
Oh my goodness.
Wisely thought he got the hand in, so did I. But Cooper Kinney, who boxed the throw at first base, picked up the ball by his foot and fired home and didn't give up on the play. And Driscoll again, a terrific tag at home plate for the 2nd time tonight. Kinney threw it down to Driscoll and he locates Wisely sliding in trying to score. And we take one more look at that play to close out the top of the 6th inning. Kinney unable to handle the throw from Oliver Dunn, but then stuck with the play. And with 2 outs, he realized Wisely was likely getting the green light, just continuing to run, and made a snap throw to the plate to get Wisely there. Bang, bang, Teixeira.
Good thing Cooper Kinney had the wherewithal, because if not, they would have scored an easy run.
So it's Driscoll to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. Takes a strike. The official scored that an E6 on Dunn's throw, but we said this last night. That's the 2nd time Kinney's been playing first base. That's a ball he has to catch.
Has to catch.
But the error charged to Dunn, and a 3-2 put out at home plates. 1-1 on Driscoll has hit foul, strike 2. I mean, those are unheralded defensive plays by Logan Driscoll. I mean, he has saved 2 runs. Teixeira did stop by the home plate umpire, Jonathan Parra, just to get an explanation of what he saw on that tag play at home. I thought that Wisely got in, but not a huge debate by Teixeira. This ball poked the other way, foul, rolling into the Durham bullpen.
Close.
Still 1-2 on Logan Driscoll. And here's.
I thought we had him out all the way.
Oh, of course they did, yeah. Bullpen's getting some action down there. Rooney getting loose behind Biggie. And here's the 1-2 pitch. And Driscoll fights off another. Medeiros is in as the new pitcher for Gwinnett. So 5 innings from Gomber, the longtime Rockies left-handed starter. 6 hits, 3 runs. Fan 3, walked 2. And the 1-2 from Medeiros is right past Driscoll at 99. And Driscoll fans to begin the 6th inning. All right, so 1 away. I want to get back to the story involving Jose Azocar, who's playing right field tonight for Gwinnett. But his uncle played in the major leagues, and when he was called up from Columbus with Stump Merrill managing there, you were the farm director for the New York Yankees that sent Azocar's uncle to the big leagues for the first time.
He was a good player, left-handed hitting outfielder from Venezuela. The best story ever, though. In those days, we negotiated contracts. Now you have this scale and so forth, so it's kind of easy. But in those days, you kind of negotiated. And Oscar, had 3 different agents call me, so I had to call our Venezuelan scout and go, Kalo K, you know, what do you got? Will you tell Oscar to pick one, and we'll do it with one. Not going to negotiate. They're all getting the same bid, right?
Oh, that's great.
Same offer.
That's great. Zokar.
That was Oscar Zokar.
Yep. His nephew now playing right field for Gwinnett. That was 1990.
Yeah.
And then Oscar played with the Padres the next couple of years, teammates with Tony Gwynn, Fred McGriff, and some others. Benito Santiago.
Sure.
2-strike pitch is hit foul. But when he came into the big leagues, you know, Don Mattingly was with the Yankees then. Dave Brigetti, Jim Leyritz. I mean,
there's another character,
right?
Jimmy
Leyritz.
Yeah.
You got a story?
No, I did not to put on air. Jimmy. You know, there's almost a story with each one of these
You're
young
right,
men.
absolutely right. Pitch from Medeiros. Sable gets locked up, the appeal rejected. Now, sadly, though, Zokar's uncle Oscar passed away back in 2010 of a heart attack when he was only 45.
I was going to say that's young.
Yeah. But prior to his death, he was inducted into the Caribbean Baseball Hall of Fame.
Good.
Which was a tremendous honor for all of his accomplishments down there.
You put a smile on my face.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Sable. Base is empty, 1 out, 3-0 Bulls in the 6th. And Medeiros home. Sable takes wide. And I've never met a Zokar out in the outfield, but he later played with the same San Diego Padres that his uncle did. Started, I think, 98 games his rookie year in the big leagues a few years ago with San Diego. And that had to have been hugely meaningful. Full count on Sable. And Medeiros pitches home, and Sable draws a walk. And Camargo frustrated. So Sable's on for the second time. And by the way, don't count out Cape Verde. They've scored to tie things up in extra time with Argentina. There's about 13 minutes left.
Now they're playing in Miami.
They are. Messi's home,
is it
right?
Open or closed? Are they playing in the Marlins? Where are they playing?
Where are they
I
playing
don't know.
that match?
I'm just wondering about how hot it is there. And then I guess World Cup, one of the matches, Sunday in New Jersey at the Met.
Kenny in the box for Durham. They're playing at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens.
Oh, well, that's not, you can't close that.
No. So they are now midway through extra time, 15 more minutes to go. Runner goes, Sable draws a throw, and it's off target from Camargo. Sable's 7th steal, and he's in scoring position with 1 out. Sable is 7 of 9. $3-0 lead for Durham in the bottom of the 6th. And Medeiros pitch, a little flare left field. Kears, who's playing very deep, he comes in to grab it. Sable back to second base. And he was almost heels on the warning track on contact. 2 outs in the 6th inning. Now it's Homer Bush. Medeiros now in his 16th appearance with Gwinnett. He began the year at Salt Lake in the Angels organization. So he would have been teammates with Madrigal very early in the year. And Madrigal is on deck. Here's the pitch from Medeiros. Bush lunging ahead for a slider, tips it away. Medeiros was the opening day starter for Salt Lake this year. Traded to the Braves after that first game. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Bush, strike 2. $3-0 Durham, bottom 6. Patrick Keenan sitting with Mitch Lukovic of the Tampa Bay Rays. 0-2 from Medeiros. Outside, Bush lays off of that one. I mean, I'm stealing glances at this World Cup match right now. All of the Argentina fans, as they're in this tiny break between the second 15 minutes of extra time, I mean, eyes are closed. They're praying. They are praying that they don't lose to Cape Verde here. Turn it on and mute it. It might be one of the most shocking sports moments you'll ever see. 2-2 on Bush.
I can't imagine how hot it is there.
At second is Sable, 2 outs. Ball 3, another breaking pitch in the dirt. Nice backhand pick by Camargo. Full count on Bush with Madrigal next. Look to Sable. And the 3-2 cuts and a miss. Bush might have expanded wide on that. Well, the Bulls and the Stripers to the top of the 7th. As the sun, thankfully, is down for the night here in the Bulls City. But the heat, it's not going anywhere.
It's still there.
Call for a high temperature tomorrow of 99, 94 on Sunday.
Oh, you'll get a
break
break.
Out the long pants.
Yeah.
Rooney in for the 7th for the Bulls, 3-0 Durham. And Luke Williams shows bunts and takes the ball. Last time we saw Rooney, a couple of days ago. I don't know if you were here for that game, Mitch.
I
but
was.
When Rooney came on Tuesday,
yes,
he threw the 7th inning. He came back out to face one batter in the 8th because it was a lefty in Wisely.
Made the pickoff move.
Yep. Here's the pitch from Rooney, and that is high. And on the air, I'm saying, well, certainly Ensberg's going to make the move because the Bulls had a reliever ready, a right-hander ready in the bullpen with Cam Hill. But after the base hit, Rooney stayed in for a moment. 2-0 pitch is high. He made a pickoff throw at first base, and then after the pickoff was unsuccessful, Ensberg came out.
Right. I never ever saw that.
And it became patently obvious to me what Ensberg was doing here, giving Rooney, who has an Andy Pettit-like pickoff move, a chance to pick off the base runner as Rooney walks Luke Williams. And so I went to Morgan Ensberg after the game and I said, Morgan, if that had worked with Rooney, you should be a big league manager tomorrow. And then he gave me the backstory. He said, as the previous inning ended, he told Brian Reith, get Hill ready, but Rooney's coming out to face the lefty. If he gets on, I'm going to give him one pickoff throw to first base, and if he doesn't pick him off, then we're going to the bullpen. That's exactly what happened. And as you just said, I had never, ever seen anything like that in my life in baseball. But it was such a cleverly kind of put together move by
show
Ensberg.
the managers aren't just sitting in the dugout thinking way in advance.
And Rooney comes home. This one's smacked the other way. Base hit past Madrigal. It's into right field. Williams will stop at second base. So a 4-pitch walk followed by a single from Camargo. And now there's immediate pressure against Rooney. And Sandy Leon, a switch hitter, will turn around and bat right-handed now against Rooney. 3-0 Bulls, top 7. Calm conditions. There's no wind. That's bad news for the fans. We're just sitting in an oven right now with no breeze to help. Because it's still, the heat index is 104 right now. Ground ball to third, should be 2. Little bobble though by Williams. Picks up, throws to second. The relay in time. And Leon grounds with a 5-4-3.
He had the right hitter, right runner at the plate for that double play ball.
So the left on right, Leon bangs it on the ground down to Carson Williams, and the Bulls flip it around the horn. Williams to third with 2 outs. 3-0 Bulls. Now Conley back to the runner with Rooney out of the stretch. And the left-hander's delivery a little bit tight. Rooney is asking for a challenge. This is something Brian Reith really doesn't permit. Said our pitchers just don't challenge, but Rooney is. He thinks that crossfire action on the sinker was in the zone, and I think he's going to be sorely disappointed here. It's not close.
I didn't think it was close.
No.
From my view.
That's why Driscoll didn't challenge. That's one of the reasons why the Bulls are one of the organizations who make it clear we don't want our pitchers challenging.
2.4 inches. Yeah. That's a big gap.
It's a big miss. So the Bulls down to one challenge. Rooney loses one for Durham. And now it's 2-0 on Conley. I'll give him a break. I mean, he's picked off about 90 guys in his career, so I'll cut him some slack.
But challenging?
2-0 on Conley. And Rooney's pitch. And that is high. Got underneath the sinker. 3-0. Kiersey next. Do you like the challenge? I mean, you're as old school as they come,
I
right?
didn't at first.
Okay.
It was too slow. We have all these pitch clocks to speed the game. Now the ABS was too slow, but now, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's quick.
Are there any of the newly instituted rules over the last 5 years that you don't like? I have many.
All of them. Well, I don't know. I think they take away from the game. Yeah. So.
Rooney's 3-1. And this one's pulled down the left side again toward the Durham pen. This one is over their heads, thankfully. Full count. Do you like the runner at second base in extra innings?
I do now. I didn't at first, but I do now. Seeing how strapped some teams are, with their pitching, and I think it just helps. I didn't at first, Old school, right school.
3-2 breaking ball, and Rooney comes all the way back and strikes out Conley. No runs, one hit, one left. Stretch time in Durham. Bulls lead in Gwinnett by a score of 3-0. Medeiros gets his second inning, and the Argentinian prayers may have just been answered. 3-2 Argentina with about 4.5 minutes left. First pitch off the plate inside on Madrigal. Tell you what, Cape Verde nearly tied up the game on a free kick right outside the penalty box. It's hard not to watch.
Yeah, really exciting.
1-0, swing by Madrigal, flares one to right field. Here is Zokar toward the line for the catch to retire Madrigal. One out in the seventh inning for Oliver Dunn. 3-0 Bulls. Rays are rolling. 8 straight wins for Tampa Bay. Underway with the Astros tonight, scoreless in the second inning. First pitch, sawed off, little weak roller back to the hill. Medeiros will field, run toward first and throw out Dunn. That was a really tough cutter. Up and in against Dunn. Sawed off. 2 outs in the seventh inning. Nobody on. And now it's Slater. 3-0 Bulls. Slater has walked. He has singled, scored a run. 1 of 2 tonight. And Medeiros' first pitch. Fastball, a little high. And Camargo is going to, again, be granted a somewhat late challenge. We saw this from him in the fifth inning. It didn't matter. And
call is confirmed. Gwinnett is out of challenges.
Stripers are now out of challenges. Camargo misfires on another one.
Now they're out?
Now they're out.
Okay.
1-0 on Slater. And from the stretch, Medeiros home. Ground ball hit sharply the other way, and Conley tracks it, can't knock it down. Second hit for Slater.
I think that's a good rule. You have X amount of challenges. I mean, unlimited challenges kind of wreck the game.
Well, again, when the challenges were first instituted in this league before they got up to the big leagues, I want to say 3 was the number, and then they took a survey at the end of the year for the managers and the GMs on what they felt was going to be the appropriate number moving forward officially. And by an overwhelming margin, managers settled on 2. I thought it was a little bit thin.
Yeah.
But I think if you make it 3 challenges, it changes the strategy of the game and the
get a couple early,
utilization
but you better keep
of the
that
challenges.
last one for later in the game when the game's on the line.
Pitch to Williams, sends a fly ball to the alley in right center field as Zokar puts out the right hand. He will make the catch. Colin Hick. Bulls trying to make it 3 wins in 4 days against the Stripers. Hopkins 5 scoreless. Biggie and Rooney with 1 scoreless inning apiece. And now to the top of the 8th inning. Owen Wild will clock in for the first time. Top of the order in this 8th inning for Gwinnett. We saw Wild for 1 inning on Wednesday nights. And he opens up Kiersey with the ball. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Bulls. No runs, only 2 hits for Gwinnett. The 11th appearance for Wild since he was brought up from Double-A. And the righty's pitch is missed on the outside corner. 1-1. .926 earned run average over Wild's 11+ innings with the Bulls. Tails a fastball wide. Came to the Bulls toward the end of May. At a 3-4 over 16 games with Montgomery. And the 2-1 from Wild. Good pitch, well spotted on the corner. 2-2. Well, the sand in the hourglass ticking out on Cape Verde. They have about a minute to play, down a goal against Argentina, the defending champs. They've had a couple of near misses over the last 10 minutes. Full count on Kiersey. A walk and 2 strikeouts tonight. And the lefty waits. The pitch from Wild puts him on. Up and away with a fastball.
3 straight leadoff walks now.
Yeah, Hopkins walked the leadoff man in the first and the second. The 6th inning, Biggie walked the leadoff man. 7th inning, Rooney did. And now in the 8th inning, Wild does. It's astonishing the Bulls have a shutout working here. Wild home and a soft line. Oh, watch out. Right off of the pole at the end of the Stripers dugout. And it almost drilled the Gwinnett first base coach in the back of the helmet, Angel Flores.
That was close.
Did you hear that ding?
I heard it. Absolutely, I heard it.
I've called games 14 here, 0. That's never happened. I mean,
it's hard to do.
Ricocheted with velocity right over his head. 0-1. Outside. I mean, I'll give Wisely $10 if he does that again. I was going to say $1 million, but I really don't have that laying around. And with my luck, he'd do that, right? That's binding. Runner goes. Pitch is missed. Here's Driscoll's throw to second base. Tag back. And in time. Done. Holds on to the throw from Driscoll, who's having a brilliant defensive game tonight for the Bulls. And that snaps the streak for Kiersey. He had stolen 32 consecutive bases since he was thrown out in his first attempt of the year back on April the 5th.
That's quite a feat. Got to give credit where credit's due, and happy for Driscoll to throw him out, though.
Now the 1-2 from Wild. Outside 2-2. Feel great for Logan Driscoll. I mean, this is a guy who has undergone a lot of adversity and trauma over the last 18 months. Just after he made his major league debut, the next year he doesn't play. Elbow surgery, more surgery earlier this year. Swing and a miss there, and Wisely strikes out. But that's one of the first throws that we've really seen Driscoll get after and cut loose.
He had a chance. The pitcher held the runner on a little bit better and gave the catcher a chance to throw the runner out.
2 outs, nobody on. Hicklin. Bulls leading 3-0 in the 8th. And Wild misses low and inside. Well, tonight, the battery for the Bulls are the MVPs. Hopkins, Biggie, Rooney, Wild, and also certainly Logan Driscoll. I mean, I'm still shocked at that first tag that Driscoll made on a Zokar when he came home. I mean, it was a tough throw for him to handle. It was on the left-handed side of the batter's box of home plate. And somehow, I guess more by feel and instinct, was able to figure out where Zokar's body was going to be sliding in. Ball and 2 strikes on Hicklin. And meanwhile, Argentina is officially through to the round of 16. Chopper off the plate, foul, and they are exasperated and hugging in absolute relief.
They're going to sleep well tonight. That's a lot of running.
And I mean, who knows how much longer Messi's going to play? Will he last for another World Cup in 4 years? Oof. He did not want to go out tonight. Fly ball left field. Cave to his left, still on the move, and Bush calls him off and makes a diving catch on his chest. Cave was targeting that ball. Bush screamed, "I got it." Homer Bush tacking on another defensive gem for the Bulls tonight. Called off Jake Cave from left field. He said he has it. I didn't expect to see him leave his feet to have to make that catch, but he did.
Superman.
And held on.
Melton last night laid out on the warning track. Tonight, Homer Bush. That's your job. Catch the baseball.
Madero's done after 2 innings. Blake Burkhalter in for Gwinnett. And this pitch is stroked into right center field hook, and here's a Zokar, and he will trap the ball on the backhand side. And now pump the throw to first base. Cave singles to start the 8th inning. Zokar sliding feet first toward that ball, made a very adept backhand pick of this ball, so it didn't get past him. He's pretty lucky it didn't. Single for Cave starts the Bulls' 8th. Medeiros goes 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Foul back by Driscoll. All right, Mitch, before we let you go, this is your last half inning for probably a couple of months until you return here. The biggest story of the day, I need to get your thoughts because I know you will have a very unique perspective on this. After this pitch to Driscoll, prepare yourself. I could go anywhere with this, Mitch.
Can't wait.
Cave at first. Nobody out. And the pitch on Driscoll is looped over third. It's going to get over Williams. Base hits. Cave to second base. Bulls have had a couple of those cheapies the other way. One on the ground earlier in the game by Cave for a run. This one had some air underneath it, and it gets over Williams' head.
In the box score. I think he had a bloop double the other day, too. The first day I was here, chugging along, getting into second base.
That's right. He's impressing you with these,
with
these liners. 53 miles an hour on that one by Driscoll.
Blast. Okay.
2 on, nobody out. Now Sable. And Burkhalter home, ball 1. All right, so here it is. The biggest news of the day. I don't think anybody's going to dispute this. The wedding at Madison Square Garden, Taylor Swift.
I thought that was a rumor. Is that really actually happened?
Did it happen? CNN put out breaking news about an hour ago.
Okay.
It's official.
I thought you were going to talk about Brody Hoskins' awesome 5 innings, 10 straight. No,
that's
3 walks.
That's in section D on like page 8.
Okay. All I heard was a rumor, so it actually did happen.
Taylor Kelsey.
I don't think she's going to. I think she's going to keep her real name, original name.
Are you a Swiftie?
I am not. I'm not against, her singing.
I mean, if a song comes on the radio, you're driving around, are you changing it or listening to it?
Oh, no, I'll listen to it.
You're listening
to it. Yeah. Okay. But that goes with most anything that comes on the radio for me. There's only a select few of, that I don't really care for. When you start getting nasty type music, I'm a little past that stage.
2-1. And Sable pulls one into right field on the hop. Cave comes to third. He gets the send. Zokar has an arm. The throw comes through. The tag is down. And out at the plate is Cave. Hosea Zokar, a BB on one hop from right field, throwing out Cave. It remains 3-0. I mean, this is a textbook throw. The crow hop. He kept the throw low in a cuttable position for the first baseman, Shunk. It was a bit up the line.
Safe.
Cave trying to get that leg in.
I had a better angle than the umpire. No, I don't.
So a single for Sable. 9-2 put out on Cave. Driscoll goes to third. And the pitch is fouled over the screen by Kinney. Strike one. 10 hits now for the Bulls. And Burkhalter has faced 3 hitters and given up 3 hits. Infield back, double play depth up the middle. And Kinney takes strike 2. What is your favorite era of music? I mean, I grew up in the 80s, so I never turned off 80s or 90s.
The Motown.
Okay.
Marvin Gaye, the Temps, the Four Tops, Supremes.
Okay.
I'm a little older than you,
yeah,
Patrick.
now I know what to get you for
60s.
Christmas.
Yes, thank you.
0-2 on Kinney. And he fouls off a fastball, 96.
You still can listen to music today, and you can understand the words.
I'll get you, the next time I come across a Temptations 8-track cassette, I'll grab that for you.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Don't have anything to play it in.
0-2. Ball 1 on Kinney. Action behind Wild in the Durham bullpen, looking ahead of the 9th. The lead will be at least 3 for the Bulls.
I guess today you have these things called like Pandora and Spotify, you know, networks.
I'm aware. Burkhalter's pitch in the dirt, knocked down. Camargo doesn't know where it is. I mean, he got a little piece of it, but I think it deflected off the umpire's leg. And that kept it near home plate, saved a run. We'll look on the TV side and see where this bounced in. Yeah, right off the right leg of the home plate umpire, Jonathan Parra. This is where you also say thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, they should be saying thank you, the Braves.
Right.
I'm not going to say thank you to that.
2-2, shot the other way near the third base bag. Williams field. Driscoll holds at third base, and Kinney out number 2. Sable advances to scoring position. Second and third, 2 down for Homer Bush.
Hey, big hit coming up right there, Patrick.
Yeah. Well, Mitch
Ludwig, send me off. Send me off.
We have shared a lot of laughs and some tears.
Oh,
we've learned a lot over these last couple of days.
It's all good. Thank you.
Scott Pose might be back tomorrow. I've yet to get confirmation.
And you're going to improve right here, I can tell you.
Pitch on Bush. Strike 1.
Come on, Homer. I'm a homer for Homer.
Yep. Homer 0 for 3 tonight.
All it takes is one. Get 2 runs, 2 outs. Let's go.
Burkhalter home. Ball downstairs on Bush, 1-1. Shunk, Azokar, and Williams due up in the 9th inning for Gwinnett. 3-0 Bulls. A combined 2-hit shutout thus far by 4 Bulls pitchers. Swing and a miss. Bush leads on the fastball. Hopkins struck out a career-tying 10. The Bulls, as a staff, have fanned 14 of the 24 outs tonight. Ball and 2 strikes. Burkhalter home, and Bush slaps it foul down the right.
Okay, Homer, you got him right where you want him, kid.
Did you have any interactions with Homer's dad when he was with the Yankees?
No, but Jimmy Hoff.
Okay, yeah.
The late, great Jimmy Hoff would have nothing but great things to say about Homer Bush Sr.
1-2 pitch. And Bush, little roller, it stays in front of the plate. Bare hand Camargo, and he throws out Bush. That retires the side. No runs, 3 hits in the inning for the Bulls. Well, the Bulls bring in Cam Hill, safe situation in the 9th. It's a 2-hit shutout so far for Durham. The lead is 3-0. And Cam Hill will check in to try and get the final 3 outs. 32 years of age. He's back pitching professionally after a couple of different retirements over the last few years. He's pitched himself into a pretty good role here for the Bulls. Hill 2 of 2 in saves, 4.79 ERA, 3-2 record. And the first pitch from Hill, swing and a miss on a cut fastball against Aaron Shunk. Owen Wild through the 8th inning. Allowed a leadoff walk. Driscoll threw out Kiersey stealing. And then 2 straight outs recorded. Pitch from Hill, fouled off, strike 2. Hill's only big league time came in the COVID-shortened 2020 campaign with Cleveland, 18 games. Were they the Guardians that year, or were they the Indians? He was with Cleveland. 0-2. And that is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Aaron Schunk. Now I need to know, right? '21. In November, that's when they officially became the Guardians. So he was a Cleveland Indian. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Schunk. I love Google. Hill's 2-2. Tipped away. 3 runs, 10 hits for the Bulls. No runs, 2 hits for Gwinnett. Slater, Williams, Cave, and Sable all 2-hit games for Durham tonight. Madrigal, a rare home run for him. It came in the 5th. 2-2. Check, swing, appeal, yes. Pitch blocked by Driscoll, and Schunk the first out of the 9th. And another strikeout piles up for the Bulls pitching staff. 15 of them tonight. First out, 9th inning. Now here is Jose Azocar. 1 for 3, has the assist from right field in the bottom of the 8th inning, throwing out Jake Cave trying to score. And Hill's opening pitch up and in. One ball and nothing, swing and a miss. Or probably a line drive, short, stopped on a hop, fielded by Dunn. The throw gets him at first base. Zokard denied by the shortstop Oliver Dunn. And there are 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning with nobody on. And now it's Luke Williams as the last hope for the Gwinnett Stripers. Diving catch by Homer Bush. Terrific stop there by Dunn. Driscoll, a huge defensive game as Hill gets an empty cut by Williams. Smashed on a hop, full extension stop by Dunn. 0-1 on Luke Williams. The pitch from Hill. Top of the zone, strike 2. No challenges remain for Gwinnett. And the D-BAP bloated with fans on this 3rd of July. Starting to ramp up here as Gwinnett is down to its final strike. Hill on 0-2. Bounced it in. Airtime 6:30 tomorrow night with the Morgan Ensberg Show. A lot to discuss. Get here early. Dress appropriately. And be ready to celebrate. Ball and 2 strikes. The pitch from Cam Hill is ball 2. Rays and Astros 0-0 in the 4th. Tampa Bay going for yet another win. Looking for their 9th in a row. 2-2 from Cam Hill is lifted to left shallow. Dunn out, Cave in. Cave calls him off, and that's a Bull City victory. And a 3rd win in 4 games of the series for the Bulls. And they will hang in first place for another day in the early stages of the 2nd half. 2-hit shutout. Hopkins picks up his 3rd win. Madrigal hits his first Bulls home run. And the Bulls are now 8-2 through the first 10 games of the 2nd half. 4th of July from the D-BAP. That's on deck. That's tomorrow. Airtime 6:30. First pitch at 6:45. Ty Johnson scheduled to go for the Durham Bulls on the